Stock of the day. Now, we did cover it yesterday. This is NewsCorp, but Rupert Murdoch, the founder of NewsCorp, I know he's a controversial figure, but the greatest Australian entrepreneur / global business person I reckon this country's ever produced. I know you can love him or hate him, but what he's achieved is incredible. He is stepping down from his roles as chairman of News Corp and Fox Entertainment. Son Lachlan Murdoch is going to take over. Rupert's 92, Lachlan's 52. Rupert made the announcement overnight saying the time was right for him, but his involvement with daily news would not change, which he is a news hound from way back, so he's still got to keep his finger in the pie by the sound of it. Kevin, the stepping down of someone like Rupert Murdoch, does that change your view of News Corp? How significant is this for News Corp, and if you're a News Corp investor?
I'm not, and most of our members in TeamInvest would not be. It doesn't meet our filters. In terms of the significance, I mean, I think it's yet to be seen what happens, and I wonder if Lachlan is concerned about the fact that Rupert's saying, I'm still going to be hanging around effectively. You know, he's saying, I'm still going to be there after hours on Friday, so you better not go home early kind of thing. It remains to be seen in that sense. In our businesses, one of our key risks that we concern ourselves with is when someone who is a founder steps down. And it's not that we sell out at that stage, but we do keep looking at the business and just sort of say, okay, just keep an eye on it and see how it goes. In the case of News Corp, of course, the earnings per share they've made a few losses in the last 10 years, and, you know, the growth is not sort of as steady as we'd like. You know, their PE at the moment is 42 by our measures, and we look backwards on the PE, of course. And the return on equity is below our required 10% and has been for a while. You're right. It has been quite a ride with News Corp over the years, and he's certainly grown an enormous business. I think my own thoughts are that it's a difficult period for them because it was established in the days when broadcast media and newspapers were, you know, really, really strong investments. And that's breaking down now. So it'll be interesting to see what Lachlan does with it.
Yeah. It is interesting. So you wouldn't be investing there. Mark, to put him in, he was the first into satellite TV, wasn't he? With Star in throughout Asia. The bloke has been ahead of the curve. We talk about him being an old style newspaper man.
He's 92.
That's right. But, you know, the Fox network around the world is incredibly powerful. And let's not forget, he did create REA. And they're the biggest shareholder in REA, which sometimes is worth more than News Corp. So
no, look, I mean, he's done some amazing things over time, and as you say, love him or hate him, he's been an innovator the whole way through. Yep. So I was actually pretty surprised to see the stock price up with him retiring, to be honest. Yeah. So you know, I think they're managing that transition for what, decade, 2 decades.
Well, he is 92. Ever since, I reckon, the last 20 years.
Yeah, just about. So
everyone's been saying, when's he going to finish? When's he going to finish?
So I can't imagine they're underprepared for that transition. And look, it may well be a positive in the end. I mean, he's obviously got some pretty strong opinions about things, and you know they may, which he may or may not be right with. But they're looking at, I think News Corp as a company, they're looking at sort of monetising some AI stuff as well. I think the EU's even looking at, trying to regulate the AI, and if these guys produce their own unique content because they've got journalists, etc. There being royalties going back to media companies and things like that as well. Yep. So that may benefit them. Rising population's always a great benefit to them as well. They're in, as you said, very diversified, digital streaming newspapers, REA, etc. Yep. Look, for us, these yields at the moment, obviously 10-year yields were up about 15 basis point last night.
Yeah.
2-year yields are nearly at like 22-year highs, or they're sitting on 22-year highs. So anything with a high PE we're tending to avoid at the moment. And particularly with, we're not a subscriber to the Goldilocks scenario or the soft landing. So this business is pretty cyclical. So it wouldn't be a buy for us, but we certainly keep an eye on it. And, maybe around, I've got the US chart here, but probably somewhere in the high 20s you might start to consider it again. But but it'd be a bit of a wait and see how the transition goes, and sort of try and pick it up at sort of decent value.
Okay.
So.